Hello, welcome back to Tarot Concertina. I thought I'd just do a very broad general reading about what you might need to hear right now. And this is good for whenever this video finds you and whatever your situation may be. If it resonates, of course, you will know. And if things aren't making sense for you, obviously just leave what doesn't resonate on the table for another viewer. So I'm just going to take a moment to tune into your energy and see what messages I might have for you. So I'm seeing an image of a clock spinning. Not the hands of the clock spinning, but the whole clock moving around. I'm seeing it as a metaphor, obviously. So time is passing. Something about the time is now and it's circling back to you. There's something maybe you thought about doing in the past, and there's a new opportunity for you to pursue whatever that thought inspiration was now. The time is now. It was also the time in the past, but now you have another opportunity. Oh, I'm seeing like juggling. You had too much on your plate, you couldn't do it at the time. Or you had to decide between two things and you chose something else, and now you can choose this other thing. Something about antiques or the antique clock. Something about things that seem antiquated but are still useful. Okay, I'm going to get into some tarot. Maybe we can get more information about this. I keep seeing images of objects that might have been in my grandmother's house, for example. So I'm wondering if there's a tie to your grandparents or something like an obsession with antique objects. I know I have an obsession with vintage objects, so they're kind of showing me that. So maybe you have a particular niche that you collect, or something about being a child and looking at these old objects. It's like you're trying to piece history together. Okay. The 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and I'm going to have to cover up this image. One moment, please. And the Empress in reverse. Eight of Swords can speak about feeling worried and kind of trapped in rumination, your own thoughts plaguing you. What I'm sensing from this is somebody trying to free themselves from anxiety, ruminating thoughts, a sense of feeling trapped in your own mind. It could also be a creative block. The Empress can be about creation. But there's something you're telling yourself that you either can't do it, or giving yourself reasons, talking yourself out of something. I think that might be the circling clock. Maybe it's your thoughts coming back around to memories of the past. This time around, it's different, is what I'm hearing. So don't assume events will transpire the way they have in the past. If they turned out negatively in the past, that does not mean, therefore, it will happen now. If you struggle with anxiety, you know how hard it is to free yourself from your own thought spirals. And I sympathize with you on that one. Let's get some advice on how you can move yourself out of a negative headspace. like right now I'm doubting everything I say, and I feel like I'm tapping into your energy. The Three of Pentacles and Page of Swords. Something about learning through work, learning through process. The Page of Swords is new to the game. There's something about thinking about the past again. This might have represented you as an apprentice, learning a new skill, gaining knowledge from somebody with more experience. What about this? And Six of Wands. So there was a victory. I'm seeing this as past energy. It's a younger version of yourself. There's a victory here after learning a new skill. You might have been naturally good at whatever it was, and you excelled and you were publicly acknowledged. Let me move these so we can get more information. I'm just seeing where this reading takes us. Okay, so what happened to fill you with anxiety? What transpired? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. There appears to be a specific event that happened in which there was a loss of passion for the pursuit. You kind of got knocked off your horse. It could have been at the hands of more powerful figures. It looks like it was out of your control, and you may have taken it personally as a reflection of yourself, your own abilities. Keep in mind, this was a battle with no winners. There might have been bullies involved, and this guy may have defeated these other two opponents, so to speak. They're walking away, but he may have used alternative methods, or it might have been an unfair battle that you couldn't have won had you done an incredible job, the best job. The deck was stacked against you. But the general idea is that it wasn't a fair battle to begin with. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Swords, please. I'm not convinced that's you. Who's this Queen of Swords? Okay, I'm just making sure there's nothing I need to cover up. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords, and the High Priestess came out. To clarify, the Queen of Swords. Now, this speaks to an imbalance, unfairness. Again, it's kind of a reflection of this energy I was feeling. Something that was out of your control. Something was unfair. You were treated less than your worth. And on some level, you know this to be true. And then we have the King of Swords, which matches the energy of the Queen of Swords. So there were these people in authority. It could represent one or two people, I'm feeling, or more. There was some kind of organization with figureheads. It might have literally been a couple, a power couple, who might act unfairly. They appear very charming, intelligent, good with their words, but their actions, the way they handle people, for example, in their employment, is unfair. There's something in you, High Priestess, that knows this to be true. However, you couldn't help but take it personally, and it's affecting your state of mind. So I believe the message so far that you might need to hear right now is that your worth is not tied up with whatever transpired, and it's not indicative of what will transpire in the future if you revisit this goal or a similar pursuit. It was not an honest reflection of you or your abilities or your sense of value. So what is the advice here? Let's get some cards for advice as you move forward. We have Two of Wands. Okay, let's make a plan for our future. I always feel like the Two of Wands is a very optimistic card. Feeling good about starting a new venture. And then we have Knight of Pentacles. This deck is new to me, so making sure I got the right card. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles is also about making a plan. Slow and steady wins the race. In true dramatic fashion, with the Fool leaping out of my hand and onto the floor. This one has a cute black kitty instead of the dog. So the Fool is also about starting fresh, starting new. So the advice is to take a leap of faith. It might be revisiting an old goal, but with a fresh perspective, with a clear plan, and taking it one day at a time. Okay, I need more room again. I'd like to get more information on the future should you choose to embark on this new course of action. Okay, well, that needs to be covered. Hold on a moment. So we have the World in reverse. So that is kind of what I was seeing in my meditative vision before the tarot cards. It's a sense of circling, and I was surprised I hadn't seen the World card come out until now. And so it's in reverse, which is not bad. It just means maybe you've gone through this track once before. I'm seeing like a horse track for some reason. But it is a card of cycles, and maybe you're ready with a new plan to approach this with a new perspective, a new attitude, a healthier sense of self. You're not the same person you were, and you're not dealing with the same group of people or person that you were in the past. So you could very well be victorious. Let's see. More information about the future for whomever is watching this. Okay, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So that's waking up from inaction. After much contemplation, it's time to press play after being on pause for a long time. And I'm hearing letting go of a victim mentality, feeling bound like we saw in the Eight of Swords as well, will really help you reach your goals. Anything else for the future, please? Have the Queen of Pentacles. And one more, please. And the Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups. So should you choose to accept it, the mission before you, I see it being very prosperous for you. Queen of Pentacles is an abundant energy, and it's nice to see after starting off with the Empress in reverse. It's a warm energy, it's nurturing. She's very secure and comfortable in her own skin and comfortable in her environment. So you might be stepping into a welcoming situation, whereas in the past it didn't seem warm and welcoming. And you'll have options available to you. If you go after this goal, I'm sensing you'll have more than one opportunity and you might have a choice to make. So a good choice. I'm not seeing this as illusions or delusions, but it'll open up and expand what you think is possible for yourself. You'll be successful in a way you haven't known before, is the phrase I wanted to say. All right, so we have the Page of Coins and Eight of Cups reversed. So again, returning to something that you had emotionally disconnected from in the past. It's returning after a hiatus to something you deeply cared about. And the Page of Coins is again kind of becoming the scholar, having a beginner's mindset as you reapproach an old idea or thought. So I keep getting echoes of the same message, so I'm going to stop pressing the tarot deck to give me more information at this point. And at the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. So that's a beautiful sense of community and success of your long-term vision. So I'll just pull some Scrabble letters out as extra confirmation. It could spell something, or the initials, for example. Oh, that's so interesting. They all came out blank side up. Oh, except for E. E, C, W, O, K, J, and A. I'm seeing knockout. Like in boxing, if you win the match. I'm also hearing the phrase, may the best person win. So I don't know if you're entering a competition, something along those lines. I'm also seeing jaw. These may or may not mean anything for you, but if the rest of the reading resonated, please take that as its own confirmation. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching this video if you're still here, and I wish you well on your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And I do offer personal readings through my website, tarotconcertina.com, and there will be a link posted in the description box. Please leave a comment if this resonated for you, and I hope to see you at the next reading. Take care.